bellies?
You tell the reason why the belly.
Hello everybody, welcome to the LeatherTalk show with AL Leathers. Okay, so my name is Andy and welcome to the show. This is our first ever episode. So we're going to share with you some information and some knowledge on leather crafting, and we hope you like what we're going to share. Commonly we get this question, the first thing you come in and you go like, hey, so what should I be making for start? So what should I try for my first project? I think the first thing you should actually try to make is small leather goods. Example like a card holder, a spectacle pouch, and if you're ready, something like a wallet. Something that will teach you the techniques of cutting the leather, stitching the leather, gluing the leather up, and maybe some burnishing and finishing of the leather. These are the common things that I will get you to start with. This also requires a smaller amount of leather, so you do not spend so much money at the first project. Okay, so for a start, if you're making something like a wallet, small leather goods, it's always easier to choose vegetable tan bellies. Firstly, why bellies? Bellies is because they are usually smaller square feet, 8 to 12 square feet. They're usually a little bit cheaper than full heights or shoulders because they are the belly portion. So we'll also choose something firmer, something a bit stiffer for the first project, so it's easier to cut. If you're choosing something softer like this, which is on the softer end, it might be very hard to cut for your first project, and it's also very hard to do finishing for your first project. Especially if you're doing burnishing, you want to try it on something hard with a lot of veg content. This will always be the good one to start with. Okay, so why veg tan? We always recommend veg tan for a start. Reason being that veg tan requires a technique called the burnishing, which is the finishing of the edges. In my opinion, it's much easier to do than as compared to the chrome tan, which you need to do edge paint. And veg tan is actually more craft, I would say. People in general prefer using veg tan because it's also stiffer. It's not as soft as chrome tan, and also that it's a little bit more leather-like. So it will patina your edge, and it's something that you can use for a very long time. For a start, if you're buying a veg tan belly, it is usually about 8 to 12 square feet. We charge our veg tan bellies at about $9 to $11, $12 per square feet. So you're looking at about $80 to $120 per square for the whole height, which you can then cut the height out, and then it can be split into different thickness of requirement. For wallets, we usually recommend you cutting about 0.8 to 1 mm thickness. Maybe if you feel like it fully lined, then you can get it to 0.5, 0.6 mm thickness. We can get it all done right here on site. Okay, so you do not need a full belly for the wallet. You probably need only about 2 to 3 square feet at most for a full wallet. So for the bellies, unfortunately, most of the distributor we sell it in a full height because it's rather irregular to cut and rather irregular to sell if we're not selling in a full height. For shoulders like this kind, we can sell it in a strip, a wanted strip, 1 square feet panels, 2 square feet panels, according to your requirement. So come in, let my guys know what kind of square footage you need, and let my guys know what your project you're doing, and we'll be happy to guide you along to how much leather you need. Okay, the one that is on my hand right now is the Ponte bellies from Tannery El Ponte. I really like them. They smell really good. They're good stiffness. The thickness is about 2 mm. You can hear the veg content from the leather. Really stiff, and then it's very suitable for small leather goods, and are quite nicely made out. The good colors, very plenty of nice colors from this tannery over here. Okay, so for bellies, or actually for leather goods, if you're looking to split the leather to a thickness, my personal opinion is if you're doing a fully lined wallet, that means something where you take 2 pieces of leather and stick them together, you're looking at 0.5 mm or 0.4 mm. I don't really recommend veg tan leather to go to 0.4 mm, but that's possible. If you're not lining it, it's just one piece of leather. 0.8 to 1 mm for the pockets of the leather of the wallet is fine. If you're doing something that is just a very simple single piece card holder, 1.2 to 1.4 mm is my preference. This is just rough gauge for you to follow, but it's a must. You can still do according to your liking. If you prefer something thinner, go all the way thin. If you like something chunky, then keep it very thick. That's perfectly fine. Remember that leathercraft is all about what you like. Just do whatever you want to. The first piece of item that I ever made for myself was actually a card holder. I learned it from Shifu when I was maybe 16 years old. It was horrible. My mother still uses it, and it's amazing because it's very patina, it has edge. It was a veg 10 one, and in fact I cut it out from a belly of a cow belly veg 10. It's something that I still look at it once in a while because it's something that my mother uses on a daily basis. It's honestly quite embarrassing to look at it, but it always reminds me of why I did this in the first place and how much fun it is always to craft. For anyone that's starting a project, I think most importantly what you should be doing is to start right now. After you watch this video, go and cut that first piece of leather, go and stitch that first stitch that you want to do, go and finish that product you've been thinking about, and show it to your friends and family, and don't be shy about it because it's not a thing that everyone can do. Regardless whether it's nice or not nice, just make sure that you learn from it and then just always continue crafting. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. We hope you learned something from this short video over here. And then feel free to let us know if you have any other questions, and we'll see you the next time.